Man asks to be deported to heaven. It may not be the strangest excuse for not paying child support, but if it's not, it's in the running. Kevin Francis Birdman Ramy of Togiak, Alaska, claims that he is first and foremost a citizen of heaven, and only secondarily an American, followed by California, and thus cannot be compelled to pay over $48,000 in back child support. He does acknowledge that authorities have the right to deport him if he's not a U.S. citizen, and requests that he be deported to heaven. To demonstrate that he has his ontological facts correct, he says he realizes that one way to accomplish that would be to put him in front of a firing squad. But he doesn't think the government will do that. Perhaps someone should advise him that the government takes these things seriously and instead of sending to heaven, may choose to condemn him to hell on earth, or at least compound interest on what he already owes. The judge set a $1,000 bail in order for him to go free, and he must also be under the watch of a custodian. Christianity was the only way out. In a harrowing tale of hardship titled Under the Same Sky, From Starvation in North Korea to Salvation in America, Joseph Kim and interviewer Stephen Talty described Kim's life in North Korea and his ultimate escape to America. A famine, which hit his home country when he was only 5 years old, killed his father and left his mother in prison after she sold Kim's sister into slavery. Desperate to be free, Kim ran across the frozen river into China at the age of 16, and remembering something that someone told him about the generosity of Christians, he sought out a church bearing the distinctive cross. There he was connected to an underground network of Koreans who sheltered him, but likewise expected him to become a Christian and change his name to something more biblical. The name Joseph Kim didn't sit well with the lad, but fortunately there were also non-religious groups willing to help people like him with no strings attached. The group known as Liberty in North Korea secured him passage to America, where he has thrived for the past 8 years and is preparing to go to college. Kim states that although he felt pressured to become a Christian, he does consider himself one nonetheless, but he also thinks that the best way to help people in such circumstances as he found himself in is to offer the help unconditionally. Evangelical pastor calls out Sarah Palin. Reverend Rob Shank, who appeared in a recent documentary, won't be the first nor the last person to question whether it's hypocritical to be both pro-life and pro-gun. One of the targets of his piece is Sarah Palin's address before the National Rifle Association in 2014, where she rhetorically suggested that people not waste bullets on warning shots as Vice President Biden had previously recommended. Of course, when it comes to how politics, culture, and religion or morality in general slice and dice our lives, it's not hard to find evidence of hypocrisy all around us, even though in modern times it seems to be regarded as the greatest sin of all. Shank blames pastors who remain silent while their congregants take on all manner of contradictory positions. Perhaps he ignores the fact that for many religious leaders, their flocks are first and foremost customers, and it is well known that the customer is always right. Did any of our viewers watch the documentary? If any of you did, please let us know what Reverend Shank thinks of the death penalty, the right to die, total pacifism, national defense, and other issues which divide us from one another, and in some cases cause us to take inconsistent positions from time to time, whether we're religious or not.